Arsenal need more. Arsenal need more goals. Arsenal need better performances. Arsenal need better players. And that's why we got Rich in the building today. Crystal Palace fan, as you guys can see, he's wearing the colors. That's the new kit.
Here's a new kit, yeah.
There you go. And I just wanted to say, we also need Ebere Eze. I know you're a Palace fan and you want to keep your boy, but we brought you here today to talk a little bit about the state of Palace, what's going on at Palace, and just a little bit of information on what you think is going to end up happening with Eze. Now, in case you don't know, Arsenal are the club that get 120 updates before anything happens for a player. So you've seen all the crazy 150 updates.
Oh, it's been annoying.
Bids are incoming of 155 million, even though you have a release clause of 68. Release clause is not going to be met. Release clause is going to expire. The player has no issue with personal terms. His dream is to play for Arsenal. Arsenal not worried about the release clause expiring. What else is there? Eze has told his family members that he's going to be an Arsenal player. Palace want at least 35 million guaranteed. Arsenal want to give at least 30 million guaranteed. 5 million doesn't seem that far off, but Arsenal don't want to pay more than an additional 25 on top. It's just all over the place. It's just all over the place. But yeah, long story short, what are you saying? Talk to me.
Just pay what we want and he's yours. It's as simple as that. I mean, look, we can't do anything about release clauses. This is what happens with clubs our size. I think it's a shame that we can't operate better. I said this earlier when we went live. We don't sell well. We really don't sell well. If you look at like other clubs like Brighton, like they still managed to get 40 million out of Evan Ferguson, who's not played for them for 2 years. You know, we always seem to lose our better players for cheap because I don't think we sell well. Yes, I understand players will want to join our club and have release clauses because they want to secure their own future. But I think we've got to be a bit better with our selling. However, on the flip side, one thing we don't do is we don't get lowballed. And our owner, Steve Parish, like how he did with Mark Gahey, we told Newcastle 65 plus 5. Newcastle went 40, then went 45, then went 50. We kept saying no. Do you know when they decided to offer the 65 plus 5? 3 days before the window closed. So we told them, see you later, you're not getting them. You know, so it's literally a case of, look, I believe it is 35 million that we want up front, and then the rest of the release clause over the next couple of seasons, whatever it may be. And Arsenal don't want to pay it for some reason. So if that's the case, we'll just keep on hold of our player for another year. Yes, his value goes down next summer if he doesn't sign a new deal, but at least we get to keep the player. So,
Bro's 27. He probably wants to make a move. Palace don't need the money.
Oh, we do. We need the money. The way we've only spent 2 million this window, but I think we value the player more.
Could you go and get what's the guy's name? The Leicester guy. Could he not fill a void for you?
See, if we're looking to lose Eze and bring in El Canus, that's a backward step for me. And that's not saying that he's not good, but let's just say, for example, we got Gassand in, who's now gone to Villa because we were dilly-dallying. If we got Gassand and then got El Canus, that makes sense because what we need to do is we've got to increase our squad. We're going into Europe, well, depending on the outcome of CAS and over the playoff situation. So we've realistically got 15, 16, maybe 17 players that could push for first team places. And half of them are injured as well. So we've got a very, very thin squad.
What's the chances that the Premier League season starts and somehow Arsenal bid and we still get a move? Do you think there's a cutoff point where Palace will no longer sell?
I think it will be, because contrary to the reports, the release clause hasn't expired yet. It is the 15th of August. It's 2 weeks before the window closes, not 2 weeks before the season starts. So that's what people have been getting wrong. So the release clause does end 15th of August or so.
Before the season starts.
So that is, just before the Friday, isn't it? Yeah, because we played Chelsea on the 17th.
Yeah.
I think if it's not done by the time we've started, where he's played against Chelsea, I don't think we'll win him. Personally, because Glasgow would want to start a lot better this season than he did last.
Do you have any players in this window?
We've only bought a cover left back in Sosa from Ajax and a covered goalkeeper because we had Matt Turner on loan and he signed Walter Benitez on a free. I told you we spent 2 million. That is it.
So do you not have money to spend?
See, this is the issue. We should have money to spend.
You got Europe, for God's sakes.
Yeah. So either way, we should have something to spend. Now, I don't know if it's a case where our owners are waiting to see the decision of the Caterpillar, which we'll find out on Monday, because they probably have a Europa League list and a Conference League list of players. But either way, if we don't show ambition, the likes of Eze might say, yo, let me go. Gerhi might say, let me go. Because at the same time, it's a World Cup year as well. Eze wouldn't want to, if we're fighting for relegation, it's going to look bad on the players that are trying to push for World Cup spots. You know what I mean? So we've got to...
I think Gerhi makes it no matter what.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, he should be all right.
Eze's
position is a lot harder, yeah.
Eze's position is going to be a lot harder to get into the team. But, okay, let's break it down though. First things first. Arsenal come to you and ask below the release clause. Is it a hard no? Or is it something that people actually listen to?
Yeah, it is. It's Parish is stubborn. Like, he would want that 68 million. Whatever it means. And
Arsenal are saying they're looking to pay around 60 to 55.
So if it's 60, Parish will be like, all right, give us 40 up front. That's how his mind will work with it.
You guys asked for 35. We said 30.
Yeah, I think 35 was if it was the release clause.
But we're willing to give you half of the money up front.
So we just have to wait and see. If you do the 35, it might get over the line. But if you let that release clause go, he's going to go and value him at like 80. And that's just going to change the whole dynamic.
So you're saying if we wait too long, you don't expect the deal to happen at all after the release clause?
I think once we've kicked off against Chelsea and Eze is on the pitch, I think we wait out another year.
What about the Community Shield? After the Community Shield?
Yeah. That's the Sunday.
After this Sunday, you pretty much have no more games.
That's it, yeah. That's it until the season starts.
Interesting. I got my boy Souls in the building. Gunner Souls in the house. Big Arsenal fan. Rich, Gunner Souls. I don't know if you guys have met. We're just talking about Palace and Eze. Souls, you got any questions to Rich about Palace?
When can I go pick him up? I need that. Did you see what I have to deal with today? I'm not dealing with Martinelli for a whole season. I'm not doing it.
Would you guys not take Nelson?
Nah. I think we'll just take the money and go.
What about Fabio Vieira?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay, interesting.
Definitely not.
The
center midfield is not a place that we need to worry about.
This is the impression our players have. You have people saying definitely not to players who I would consider. I think you'd be a squad player at Palace.
Vieira.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't need.
Nah, but Vieira is a lightweight, though, isn't it?
We need players to challenge what we have. And that is, and also don't forget that Chet Corey's been injured.
Prem player.
You know,
I think the only player that at Crystal Palace would have genuinely taken is if we still had ESR. I think that would have been a very, very comparable, let's say, swap deal.
I mean, not funny enough, before he went to Fulham. Yeah, before he went to Fulham, that's someone we looked at. Yeah.
Because if we had someone like that, I think that suits them. Like if they're looking to get an actual Eze type replacement, not as good. Obviously, we know Eze's levels ahead. I'm not comparing their quality, but in terms of profile, that made the most sense for them in terms of the positions that Eze covers for them, like playing in the 10, playing off the left, whatever you want to kind of do with that. The issue with the Fabio Vieira deal, like even if we did, let's say, propose a swap deal, He's just too lightweight for the Prem, and I don't even think Crystal Palace can develop him. I think there's just some fundamentals that certain players just don't translate. He just doesn't have the physicals. I know we kind of sat there and wanted Fabio Vieira to become our Bernardo Silva. It just hasn't worked out, and I just don't think a Premier League club will take a risk on him. I think on loan potentially, but I just don't think they'd want to permanently keep him.
So I was talking to Rich before you came, Karan. Rich is a Palace fan, by the way, and he was just saying there's a cutoff point, which is the 15th. So if it reaches the 15th and Eze is not an Arsenal player by then, he thinks that it won't happen.
Just give me a second, man. I can't hear you guys. Just give me 1 second.
No worries.
Is that for the release clause, do you mean, or is that just...
Yeah,
basically he's saying that's like the cutoff point where he thinks that will not give Palace enough time to sign a replacement.
Okay, that's a different conversation. But if we're talking like specifically to do with the release clause, I don't think either club cares. I think the biggest problem isn't actually agreeing the deal. The problem that I've been talking to people behind the scenes, some people are quite connected to Crystal Palace, some people are quite connected to the Arsenal side, and both sides are telling it's more to do with the structure of deal. Now, I'm not saying Crystal Palace are kind of pulling the wool over anyone. I'm not, criticizing either. At the end of the day, you've got to negotiate and get the best deal for both parties. And Crystal Palace want to get the best deal for them. Obviously, Arsenal want to get the best structure for themselves. The actual release cost of 60 whatever million isn't the problem. Arsenal will even pay 5 million more just to get the deal beneficial for them. What Arsenal want to do is kind of split the payment further. Whereas with Crystal Palace want about 30 or 35 million up front, which is what we're just not willing to quite do. We're not quite willing to stretch the budget that far. And that's all it is. It's just a matter of like the structure of the deal rather than the actual amount.
Yeah, exactly that. Because I believe you proposed 20, 20, and 20.
Yes. We want to do 3 equal payments, whereas you want a bit more upfront, and we just don't want it amortized that way. Yeah,
that's pretty much it. And I was just saying to Ego earlier that like our owner's very stubborn. Like he will sit and wait another year if need be. Like, all right, we'll just keep him.
There's no need to sell. He's their best player.
Yeah, and Eze isn't kicking up a fuss. I think there's a difference if you've got the Isak situation or a Gyökeres situation. Like that would be a completely different ballpark. If obviously you've got an upset player, you kind of have to let them go. I think I'm not saying Elise kind of kicked up a fuss, but that was Bayern Munich. So he did kind of want to make, and he made it apparent he wanted the move as well. So I think if
with the Elise one,
come out and said that's his dream move. But it's a case of he's come out in a more amicable way. He's kind of come out and said, look, he's not burning bridges with you guys, but he's telling you guys that, look, if this move happens, it's my dream move. I am going to move. But he's not kicking up a fuss. He's come to preseason. He's training with you, and he's actually putting up stellar performances. I mean, I'm not watching all of the games, but like from the little snippets I've seen, obviously Crystal Palace have put highlights.
He's on fire. He's hot right now.
He's man. I don't want to suffer with Martinelli, man. I just and I can't do it.
Yeah, just with the Elise one, he didn't like leave on bad terms either. What he actually did is because Chelsea did activate the release clause, but they didn't contact us first. So what Elise did was say, listen, for the love of Palace, I will sign a new deal. Give me a club abroad next season.
No, you're right.
And so he kind of helped us. And that's why, like, even like before the Club World Championships, he came down, he used our facilities. He came down to watch our final like home league game. Like, Elise is loved. Like, he showed us a lot of respect.
No, I mean, like, in a different way of, like, obviously he kind of made it clearer that, look, I do want the move to happen.
Does Eze solve a lot of our issues creatively?
Look, if you're talking about Eze, look, I don't think you can put it as simple as Eze solves everything. Eze does a lot. We've just talked about he's moving in preseason. His ability to run, his ability to shoot, his ability just to take control of transitions, which we severely lack right now because either we have someone in Gyökeres who's making those runs. I just got back from the game. That's why I'm slightly late. We've got someone making those runs. We've got no one that's really willing to link up with. We've seen his link up with Mateta. It's brilliant. And the thing is, right, it's not what I struggle with is like I don't want to sound like it's a glazed thing, but like I have a lot of time for Palace. I always have. Really, like I have a lot of friends that are Palace fans. I really do like the ethos and the club that is Crystal Palace, the South London vibe, the way it's just vibes, you know. And I don't want to come in here and be like, "Fuck you, man! You need to sell us, Eze." You know what I mean? Fuck you! I can't believe you're not selling us. This is where this the food chain. What is food chain bullshit that's come out that recently in this window is crazy to me. But if there's a way that we can negotiate a deal that works for you as well as us, that's what I'm looking for. Because I don't want to see Palace I don't want to see 12th again. I can't. I'm sure you're the same. I don't think we're past the 12th stage. We want to be top half and pushing to go into that top half. So
we do. I mean, for next season, to be honest with you, I'll be honest. As long as we stay up, because we've got a new animal that we've never experienced before in Europe.
I know, yeah, for sure.
But
stay up is crazy to me.
Thursday, Sunday. You know what I mean? But we've got the best manager to get us through both of that. Oliver Glasner has worked wonders.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So and you're right. I think this is what Steve Parish ain't a difficult person. He's looking for the best thing for Palace, and I'm sure you're looking for the best deal for yourselves.
For sure.
And that's why he's even said, look, give us 35 up front, we're good to go. But as time's ticking on, it's meaning that we've got a lot less time
to get a replacement in. Yeah, for sure.
And we're not going to take that risk. Glasner's already unhappy at the fact that we've not bought players in.
I mean, who have you bought in? I can't even remember.
Just Walter Benitez for a free transfer goalkeeper, and Bernd Sosa, left back.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go get Dominic Calvert-Lewin or something like that?
Yeah, I remember. But yeah, you guys need to push on. And as you said, Europe is something you guys have never really, experienced. So for sure. But I think when
Havertz and Odegaard last season were the metronome of a majority of.
Oh, I think he's frozen. But yeah, in terms of how, if he's saying what I think he's going to say in terms of Havertz and Odegaard being where in terms of their link up being a lot of our final third play, I just don't think that is enough. It's just it's good.
Okay, continue. What do you mean by that?
I mean, as in, I don't think you can look at Havertz and Odegaard together and just that and think, okay, now we're set to go and attack on multiple fronts.
Hello?
Can you can hear me, right? You guys.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what's.
Oh, it's just me. It's just me. I'm back.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that I think that if you're looking into what's needed for this season, what we saw today, especially, was a real lack of central presence in the final third. There's a lot of a lot of moving to the right. The left sort of we tried to play down the left a lot. Like we tried Kivior and the whole Miles thing, and there were parts where we tried, but it just came down to, and I think a lot of it, and I don't know if you guys noticed as well, a lot of it was Odegaard trying to get down and involved. Like a lot of it was like Odegaard really trying to make sure that Max got them as many touches as possible to really make him feel comfortable in the senior setup. But I think that if going into the new season, we need to find something that is not sort of right side and then just try and cut back, because it's just, you can't have one way of attacking. It's just not going to be enough. So, and this is the thing with Havertz.
It's going to be until we don't get someone in. That's just the only thing I'm hoping on.
But the thing is, if you look at our left side, it's just like it's Martinelli running to the byline and trying to cross, and it's just like, yeah, I understand the plan, but he's not finding people. He's not finding anyone. So if you're looking for someone,
you know what? Let's just assume you do sign him.
Mm-hmm.
As much as he's not a left winger, what he does very well is he drifts inside.
Yes,
and he's going to run. He's going to run and take players on. Now that in itself would then create more space for Miles Lewis-Skelly, to go on an overlap and stuff. And not only that, he's actually clever in where he will drop in pockets and he'll play a ball over the top. Like you've seen many times with through balls to Mateta to run onto. That is what Gyökeres needs, in my personal opinion. He thrives in getting in behind and running. So someone like Eze, I think he'll move the ball quicker. I think Odegaard's a bit more with the shorter passes.
Yes.
If you need a bit more of a direct, longer ball, Eze will give you that.
Yeah. I mean, look at the final goal. Look at the FA Cup final goal. The one where he got on the end of it, it was literally a transition where he got in the ball in the middle, passed it to, I think it was Munoz, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, and he
So yeah,
ran down the
Mateta
wing.
passed it to Munoz, yeah, and
Mateta passed it to Munoz, and Eze made that run into the middle
yeah, the
and was
first, yeah.
direct. You know, that's the kind of thing we're missing right now, that ability just to, because Odegaard did it so well in that 22-23 season where he was just being able to find that sort of edge of the box cutback area where you could just find the back of the net from that. And he's gone away from that because we needed him a bit deeper to progress the ball. And you're thinking now with Zubimendi in as well, you're thinking, well, surely
But
that
even
means
when he's in those areas, he's not finding the back of the net.
no. And he's like, there was a pass today from Zubimendi to him where he had the ability just to pull it and he just didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens every game.
So
let me ask you this: from somebody who is at the game that watched it live, was it as
I didn't hear
frustrating?
any Pepe. I saw after this whole thing, this Pepe got booed. I didn't hear any Pepe boos.
No. I didn't
No,
hear
Dennis
boo.
Suarez did, and Pepe
Dennis
did.
Suarez got booed.
But that was just more of a
again, that's
banterous
just
one,
stupid.
Yeah, banterous one. Yeah. But that was his penalty, though. No, it wasn't Dennis Suarez in the game.
Madueke also got a round of applause when he first touched the ball.
Yeah, we all did. It's just, I don't know. It feels like, he played on the left, and he was. But the thing is, it's all well and good him playing on the left, but we have to give him the ball on the left. We can't just try and feed Max. This whole preseason just feels like we've tried to integrate Max into the team. It hasn't felt like we're trying to actually do stuff that will actually.
Let me just say this.
Can I say one last?
One second, boys. Before we get straight on to just Arsenal talk, let's just finish off with Rich because he's gonna have to go. Rich, do you want to say, if you were to say right now, what's gonna happen with Eze if he stays or goes, or what do you think is gonna happen right now before you end up leaving?
Honestly, I think he stays.
Which is
I think
perfect.
he stays because I think we just don't have the time. The season starts next week.
Who even would you get?
Yeah, some of our targets have gone. Gasson's gone Villa, and Ndoye went Forest.
Like, you're not getting Grealish. Like, that's not going to be a thing.
His wages would be a problem anyway.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, we'll be leaving ourselves short if we let him.
But it will literally depend on whether, because the thing is, today, and I'm sorry, this is the last thing I'll say to you. Today there was no Nelson or Vieira in the squad, so hopefully, if they're moved on quick enough, we can just take those funds and put them into Eze, so you have the time. That is the ideal situation. And maybe if this Kivior stuff has been gaining momentum recently, if he goes to Porto, is that going to be another issue? We can try and I think it's more squad space and funds, because we've spent a lot. We haven't generated a lot of income coming in. So if we are going
on that note, then let's just say you do create these funds. Would Eze be the target, or would it be someone like Rodrigo?
No, because Rodrigo, it's been widely reported. I mean, we're not in the rooms, so we don't know for sure. But what's been reported is that he's met with Alonso again, and he's happy to stay. Obviously, the Barcola stuff is now thrown out a different thing, because obviously Liverpool want Barcola, and every Arsenal fan has wanted Barcola since we played PSG in the winter, not even the semi-final, the winter. So that's another one.
I also think with the Rodrigo stuff, the other thing that we don't like is the demands from the player side. They're looking at in the region of £300,000 a week. They're looking at a blockbuster move, basically. So like Arsenal, just like, look, if those demands don't really come down and meet us in the middle kind of thing, they won't pull the trigger. And I think there's just other opportunities in the market. You know, obviously they've also met with Villarreal. I mean, I'm not saying that is going to happen, but obviously the demands there are going to be a lot more reasonable, because I think Leao's on like in the region of 100k a week, something of that sort of nature. And obviously they're asking for 60 million. Obviously they're not in Europe this year as well. So there's a lot of reason and incentives for them to kind of sell him. But I think obviously Eze seems to be the move that Arteta wants, because of the way that we're hearing the reports of them like pretty much like praising him to high regards. And obviously Declan Rice, Saka, you know, players like that in the England camp have also praised him to high regards, and that's kind of come to the board. And that's kind of the reason why this is amplified so much more than it probably would have like earlier in the season.
The thing is, right, and this is genuinely the last thing I'll say, is Eze fits the culture better than a Rodrigo would.
Yeah.
Eze fits what we want to do going forward. We aren't going to be looking for someone as talented as he is to come in and try and take over the team. We want someone that will integrate in the team and be a part of the team. And that is an indication on Arteta as well, which isn't a great thing, to be honest. We want a superstar to come in and, really take control of the team and really drag us to the tiles. But he's very keen on the culture of the team, the culture of the club. You have to buy into the culture. And Eze, very humble guy, Christian, very, very wholesome guy, very, very kind, very obviously very giving to the team, very giving to the club. He provides a much more sensible option for an Arsenal than I think a Rodrigo would. So it's just a cultural thing, I think, as well. I think the way the Arsenal's built, you are part of a team, you're part of a club. You're not the club isn't part of you. You're part of the club. So that's kind of my opinion. That's how I look at it anyway. And I don't exactly agree with that. I think we should be looking to integrate people and bring egos in and try to make sure that we have people that want to get that killer mentality. But it's just what Arteta seems to prefer. So
we're gonna get into Arteta, but Rich, I really do appreciate it. I don't want to keep you for too long because we're gonna get into X's and O's of Arsenal, and I don't know if you want to stay for that part. But yeah, you have a wonderful day, mate.
Appreciate you, man.
Hopefully we catch you in the next.
No. Big up everyone, and thanks for the chat, and all the best for the season.
Lovely, thank you.
Man, you too.
Good luck with the Community Shield, man.
Appreciate it.
Take them out.
You're gonna beat Liverpool in the Community Shield, by the way. You guys taking it serious?
Let's hope so. I'm optimistic 2-1.
Are you taking the Community Shield serious?
Well, we are. We know that.
We
we definitely are.
Yeah,
I don't know if Liverpool will be. So we'll see.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Take it easy.
Sorry, my connection today is messed up.
It's crazy.
What?
Your connection's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my connection today, but I'll say this,
like
you guys.
Martinelli today, man. Offering.
Just let me know what's the X's and O's issue that we can fix. Because at this point, it's not about personnel. We need to start looking at what we have and trying to get better from them.
Do you want to go?
In what way do you mean, though? Like, as in, are we talking about pros and cons? Or are we just talking about like what do we need to fix?
I'm talking about when we have possession and we're doing the horseshoe thing over and over again.
I don't think that's the case anymore, though. I don't think it's I think people are too tapped into what they project onto the team. I don't think the horseshoe is the issue. I think the issue is speed of play, and the issue is trying to keep it on one side of the pitch.
Is that by design or is that by personnel?
It's by design, for sure. It's by design. But the problem is that if you look at the games we've played in this preseason, from Milan to Spurs, now Villarreal, we've seen very different teams. I'm pretty sure I've missed one. Have I missed one? Milan, Watford. Sorry,
Newcastle. Yeah.
Newcastle. Thank you. We've seen very different teams come out. We've seen, for example, Spurs. We were more playing over the top, playing over the press, trying to play in behind. We've seen we've seen a reversion to the system as before. We've seen how there's been a much more emphasis on the left-hand side in periods, but not enough, because to try and space out the pitch, we've not tried to see. And today we've seen a team that has been able to basically, in that first half, I didn't watch it on TV, and I always watch it back. I don't like just watching it in the stands because you're experiencing it. But from what I could see anyway, to me, I think it was Malero and Moreno. I think those are the two. The 20 and 7 for Villarreal.
Yeah.
They were they were trying to pin behind Norgard and Marino. They were sitting there when we were pressing, and when they got the ball, they would spin and play wide, and the width would go up. That was how they got their goals. And Norgard's slow, and Marino's slow, and they weren't getting back in time. And that was the story of how we went 2-0 down. So my thing is very simple. I want to see the first team, because you're never going to see a Norgard Marino pivot in a real game. right? Unless we're doing the Tottenham away, you know what I mean? Like unless we're scrambling with injuries, you're never going to really see a Norgard
Or
Marino.
the end of a game to finish it off,
Yeah, we'll end the game, finish off. You know what I mean? Like it's never really going to happen. Or a Carabao game. You know what I mean? So that was
why does he do this? Why does he pick these unbalanced teams?
I feel, and this is just you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or I'm chatting shit or whatever. I feel like he wants to get the squad more acclimatized to what we're going to do rather than I think he knows his 11 and he knows how they want to play, but players like a Gyökeres or a Madueke or a Mosquera or Norgard especially, he wants to make sure that they are up to speed so they can contribute. And I think that is why it's not been like, because
he's played Norgard as a starter in 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Zubimendi has played in a similar system before.
Yeah, he has. What I'm saying to you,
why not play Gyökeres to start? Why have
because we've only got him. We just got him. If we had Gyökeres at the beginning of the Asia tour, he would be playing like Norgard is.
Yeah.
That's just how that's my.
He wasn't going to start. Come on now. After 1 or 2 training days, come on now.
Why have Moreno finish the game as the striker today?
Because Havertz wasn't available and Gyökeres didn't want to play the 90. He could have put a noose on, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Like,
but people need to also understand there's match fitness and then there's fitness, right? They're 2 different things. Match fitness is completely different.
I think there's 3 things: is fitness, match fitness, and acclimatization. Those are 3 things.
As well, yeah. But I'm talking more like, because what people need to understand is you can't just throw a player in and just go, okay, go play 90. Like, it's not really going to happen. Firstly, it's preseason, so it's not really a game that really matters to a high magnitude. It's about giving them an opportunity to play, to integrate, to find out how they're going to play, but also for the manager to see what he needs to do to kind of make them fit the team. So he wasn't ever going to play like a huge number of games until, like, for me, this is how I see it, right? Now, I'd be concerned if on the weekend we don't see a form of our starting 11. I'm not saying that it has to be every single player who's going to start the Man United game, but I want to see at least 90% of it, because we do need to start seeing some form of, like, and I do agree with your criticism, Miguel, like, why haven't we seen the 11? I do think, obviously, now that they've had about, 4 games, 5 games, whatever we've had in preseason, for those like fringe players or those bench players or the squad players to kind of come in and get used to it, get the minutes. But now for the final game of preseason, we should be seeing at least the 11 playing together. Like Gyökeres playing with some form of the starting midfield with Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi. And I think part of it is, like, I do think Curran's absolutely correct. I think people have got this sort of prejudice about the style of play, because even the criticism I'm seeing from today's game, I'm like, I didn't personally see it, and now I could be wrong on that, because when I saw the starting 3 come on, as in Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard in the midfield, the intensity did pick up. Now, yes, there's still common problems in terms of going down the right.
I'm not excusing it, by the way. Yeah. We should not be playing this bad. Like, people are going to look at that and say, "Oh, he's just made this is shit. This is really shit." Absolutely. But like, the problem is that I want to see. Like, I'll show you the 11 I want to see, because this is the 11 I think we'll play against United. It'll be Raya, who, by the way, come on, guys, he is. I don't know what's going on with him. He needs to get it together. Miles, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, or White. I don't know which one he'll choose. Probably White, because Timber's still getting to grips with things.
Which goal did you fault Raya for today? The second one?
The second one, yeah. Well, I was on the opposite end of the pitch, so I've only seen the highlights on the way home. But like, he's struggling for me. I don't, and maybe it's just prejudice or whatever. But this is how I see it. I see it like I don't feel like it was the beginning of last season. Beginning of last season, he was on some
the double save,
different.
Yeah.
Right. So who's starting? Who's starting right back? I say Ben White.
Yeah, because I don't think Timber's up to it yet.
Okay,
White has been good.
Like, what we think is going to start the season, right? Like, so the United
game based on projections, based on our
so Saliba, Gabriel, and Miles.
You think Gabriel's going to be 100% ready to start?
Yeah. He'll play.
I mean, he's already started playing, hasn't he? So
he'll play 60
today. Yeah. There's a lot of criticism about Miles.
He hasn't been up to scratch. Like
he hasn't been
fit.
he hasn't been great.
Fair
But
criticism,
what
by the way.
I think is, and again, tell me if I'm wrong. I think we have asked Kivior to do a job creatively on the left that has left him so high. That means Miles is isolated 1-on-1 deep, and he should be winning those duels. But again, usually you'd have Gabriel there.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You'd
absolutely.
have someone that's there. I think Kivior is asked because we're trying to do these whole half space crosses. We've been trying to have Kivior play a bit higher. And I want people to remember today, especially his on the ball work was very good. Like it was good. So I'm struggling to really to think anything else. So basically that do 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3 because we are basically playing a pivot. Don't worry, forget this. So take Zinchenko out for Miles. Yeah, Odegaard and Miles.
Oh my god, you're giving me PTSD, lad.
It automatically did this. Don't worry, I didn't do this. It automatically
I've got a
changed.
secret agenda here, you know.
Gabriel is up. You've there you go. Saliba, White.
Why is Sterling in this? What the hell?
Saka, Martinelli, and then Odegaard, and then Gyökeres. I think that will be the 11.
Madueke?
No, I don't think
No. He'll play Martinelli. What we want is different.
Yeah, so this will probably be the 11, and this is the 11 I want to see at.
Do you think there's a situation where Kai Havertz starts the game versus Man United?
Yeah, I think it will depend on his fitness first of all, because remember he didn't play today. He'll play a bit on the weekend, but remember Calafiori was meant to be quick, and he's still not back, and he'll probably be back at the weekend. So I'm looking at Gyökeres for now, especially with how they play. So they play with a 3 at the back, and they have the channels. Basically, their fullbacks are high, so the channels will be a good way to attack. So I would.
So do you want to see this team starting versus Atletico Bilbao, or
correct?
Yeah, or at least 95% of it. So I don't mind if
No,
it's
not
like,
95. I want to see this for the first 60.
No, but Gabriel's just come back in it. So like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this 11 should play 45 to 60 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, how about this?
I can agree with that.
This 11.
Yeah, I mean this could work as well. It depends on Gabriel's fitness.
Yeah,
I do want to
Also,
see the majority.
what-
I really
does
wanna see a
Max
lot of
does
these
Max
players.
have a place in the team?
Max is on holiday.
What?
Max has gone on holiday after this. After he's not playing any more preseason.
Max Dowman.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna
Arteta said
be
today he hasn't had a break. He's going on holiday. I was on the train. I don't know how you haven't seen this. I was on the train. I didn't have signal. I
Yeah,
found
he
out.
said
We
he's
got
gonna
Catch in the building. Big up Catch. Catch, if you haven't met Souls.
I met Souls before. I ain't met Curran. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you too, man.
We're just having a conversation about the lineup. This is what we're projecting to be the lineup versus Atletico Bilbao, and the lineup versus Manchester United is going to be with Gabriel, hopefully.
What do you reckon? Gabriel's going to be fit at the start of the season?
He played
He's
today.
already playing today, man. They'll manage his minutes, obviously, but he will be playing.
Don't you think it's a risk, though?
What was
I mean,
his
it
injury?
depends. It depends. I mean, if he's already playing 30 minutes. I mean, we'll see how he goes against Bilbao as well. If he looks decent, and remember, there's a week in between, the game from between Bilbao and United. So
Yeah.
The question is, have we been good enough this preseason? I don't think so. Is it cause for concern?
Yes and no. Yes, it's cause concern for the dynamics that we've been putting out. It's not a cause of concern because I don't think we've done a lot of our starters. I don't think a lot of stars have we've not seen our starting 11 at all this preseason.
See, that's what's making me not go so mad yet, because I know we ain't seen the likes of Zubi, Glock, and Zubi.
We haven't seen Odegaard and Gyökeres together
all in the same team. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what's kind of holding me back. But for me, it's like today, even though it's preseason, today for me said, yeah, Martinelli. I don't know what we're doing saying that he's not up for sale. I feel like something has to happen, or we need to get someone in, because if we go into the season with Martinelli starting as our left winger, I am not confident at all. I'm so serious. I don't know about you lot, but today just showed me there's nothing there. Once he has to run it into the middle, his head's lost. He literally, if he
His
ain't got
confidence isn't there. He's just gone. I don't know what happened to the guy. It's just
Who?
Martinelli.
He'll get the
Martinelli.
7.2 because of the assist.
The
Yeah,
assist
but that was
doesn't
from the
really count. It
corner.
was a set
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
I mean, it was a
In
good.
open
It was a
play,
good
he
pass.
wasn't really doing
but-
much. He created 2 chances, but I don't remember them being like dangerous.
No, he did. Really, at the beginning of the game, he did. That was when I was calling him Postanelli. Because I didn't know which imposter was on the pitch for that first 10 minutes.
I mean,
Then he
let's
became
just-
Martinelli
let's
again.
just-
So yeah.
I was saying, and this is
With Gabriel on the pitch, do you guys and Declan Rice and our starting 11? Do you expect those transition defensive? The transition
100%.
defense to be a lot better.
This is what criticism I was getting onto, right? So a lot of people have criticized our performance today, saying like, all of this, we've got a creativity issue, Gyökeres isn't enough. But I think what frustrated a lot of people, including myself, I would have liked to see Gyökeres just stay on for 5-10 more minutes whilst that midfield was on, because the minute Rice, Odegaard, and Zubimendi came on, the amount of transitional opportunities we created in terms of even Odegaard, there was one where he put I believe it was Martinelli one-on-one with the keeper. Gyökeres would have been there. Gyökeres would have been the guy that probably does that transition instead because of the way that he was playing. Now, that's why I'm not going to be concerned. That's why I'm not losing my head, because I'm like, look, we haven't even seen the majority of the 11 play together. The partnerships that are going to form. Odegaard's going to form a partnership with Gyökeres. You haven't seen that yet.
But you should have been developing that partnership now.
Absolutely. No, Corinne, I absolutely agree.
What is the point of
criticism I have,
preseason if you don't have your main creator and your main striker?
Absolutely. I 100% agree, because that's why I said at the very, very beginning, I said I would have loved to see that midfield, even if it was just for 5 extra minutes, 10 extra minutes that he got, just to kind of see, because I understand, okay, we may not be able to give him 90 right now. I understand that. But at the same time, I want to see that. And this is why I'm going to say,
has he played a minute with Odegaard?
Where I'll be very critical, he hasn't played any. Where I'll be very critical is if on the weekend we don't see it. Because I'll be like, what are we at? Because we've got that's it now. It's United now.
No way.
He came on versus Tottenham. He played with Odegaard for 10 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah, but was Odegaard on? I swear,
Yeah, Odegaard and Zubimendi were on with Gyökeres for 13 minutes.
Okay. What do you lot think about
that Spurs game? Yeah, I don't know if you if you go back and remember that Spurs game, the way that they were sitting back, the way they just went back and they were compact. Like, we needed to find a way to break that down, and we didn't. And those 30 minutes, I swear he got like 2 touches.
Yeah,
he didn't get a touch. I don't think he got a touch in the first 30 minutes. I'm not even joking. I don't think he got a touch.
What about Spurs?
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Gyökeres got 2 touches in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? There were so many, there was a chance where Martinelli didn't put Gyökeres through for a transition. There was a chance, like the Zubimendi chance I was talking about earlier, you've got to be snappy. It's not snappy. And I feel like there's too much emphasis in this preseason on trying to get Max involved or trying to get people integrated instead of trying to figure out how are we going to play week 1. We're trying. Yeah.
Sorry. You know what I did take from this friendly though? Every time Gyökeres, and you see when I think it was Ethan that put him in on the right, him and Saka were both running, and he said, "Nope." He said, "Listen, this is mine. Yeah, you chill out." And that's what I like. Every time he got the chance to shoot as well, he's ready to lay it off. That's what.
Yes.
Can I mention one more? There was one point here where he literally goes to this defender, just bullies him off the ball, takes the ball and just goes in. I'm like, that's what I need. That's the intensity. I know he's not going to do it every single moment. But that's the bullying. That's the bulldog I want to see. And I think the issue is I know people are going to hate me saying it, but it is preseason. I don't expect him to do it every time. But when he did it, that excited me because he was like literally silent all game, and then boom, he took the ball and made some time. Do you know one thing, right? And I criticized Gyökeres before we signed him. One thing I didn't realize, he's not that bad of a dribbler. I didn't realize that he can actually create space for himself a lot better than I thought he could.
He had, no, but this is the thing.
It's because he scores so many goals as well. You see, when you score so many goals, people get blinded and just goals. He's a goal merchant, goal merchant. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you score so many goals, people don't really look at the other things. But for me, I don't think
he took 2 defenders out of the game. Like he cut in, and then he kind of like cut back out to like shoot, and he took both of those defenders out in the same passage. And I was like, fair enough. You know what? Okay, because and I'll be honest, I did criticize that part of his game.
I seen a post.
No, it's not.
I seen a post where they were trying to make a joke out of it, but they showed every single touch that he had. Not one touch was misplaced pass. Not one touch was a heavy.
He created 2 chances.
Everything that he had was smooth, and he actually set up a lot of opportunities across goal. No one was there. He's actually supposed to be the guy in that position.
But the issue was with.
I think it's very promising signs of the overall attack will improve massively with him. And for his first start, he did do a lot of things that I liked. I know he didn't get a goal. I know he didn't do things, but he did show that he has more to his game than just goals.
Yeah.
The thing is, what the issue with Gyökeres is, and this is why when the last time we talked, the last time I was saying the reason why I was a bit more comfortable with a Šeško was I felt like with Gyökeres, the issue isn't his on the ball; it's he can't hold contact very well. Like sometimes he doesn't put his arm out. You know what I mean? Like you need that in a low mid block situation where we need just to be able to hold someone off, grab it and turn. Because once he's in front, the ball is. When he's like this, it's lights out.
He's gonna shoot.
He's gonna dribble. He's gonna create something because as I just said, he created 2 chances today.
Won't he get better training with the likes of Gabriel and
this is the thing. He should be getting it. But the thing is, remember Havertz was shrinking under contact when he first came as well. So, and he's now developed that. I just feel like there's an ability there to coach that, but I need to see him. Like legit, like if you play football, you know, you want to hold your man off so you can get on your strong foot and turn. Like Miles does it so well. Like Miles' ability just to hold guys off. That's his bread and butter.
You know, but he's got the best coach for it. Like in my opinion, like
for sure.
Nuanced stuff, right? Arteta's really good at. Like even when you look at like Leroy Sané and Raheem Sterling, when they kind of
I'm not buying that now because we don't have the time for it. You know what I mean? Like we're
but it's not that big of an like it's just a minute change that they need to make.
But it has to happen though. Is the thing, it has to happen, and I hope it will.
Being at the game, which coach is the most off his seat and getting involved? What?
Stuyvenberg. Arteta's always standing there, but Stuyvenberg is often walking up and down, up and down.
I think it's going to be Gabriel Heinz.
Heinz, he's a madman.
The thing is, where I was upper tier behind the coaches, so I was like looking at. So whenever I looked down, I saw Stuyvenberg there. And I think Heinz obviously will be a more aggressive kind of guy. But today it was more Stuyvenberg. Stuyvenberg was really...
Heinz is going to take Arteta's yellow cards, 100%. You're going to see it. He's going to be taking all the yellow cards this season.
And the thing is with Heinz, his style of play is much more...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What do we do with Moreno?
What do you mean? What do we do with him?
This is the thing.
I don't know systematically where he fits.
Yeah, same. I'm literally, I feel like when he's in the 6, it's too fast paced.
Is he ever actually in the fully 6? He's like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying when he's in the 6,
he's always in 8.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you put him in the 6, like I think it's too fast paced, and even when he's in the 8, I don't think he's got enough creativity and like his agility on the ball. He's kind of like a bus. Like you can't really.
Maybe he'll play better with Zubimendi because he did look good his first game with Zubimendi, but I just need to see more of Moreno, Zubimendi, and Odegaard or Rice midfield. But right now, Norgard, Ethan, and Moreno midfield was one.
It felt like that we had gone back a year and we were playing Jorginho with 5 again. Like it was just like slow, and like lethargic, and we were losing balls in midfield, and like we weren't really, taking control because we didn't have the pace to really take control.
But you know what? The main reason why I was concerned is these are the kind of teams I would expect to be playing in the cups. If they're losing to Villarreal,
let me put it this way: you ask how Marino's going to be pro. I think you play Marino with Zubi, and you play Norgard with Rice. I think that takes away, because Norgard is a bit more slow, but he's good in tackles. Rice is a bit more of a carrier, but he'll clean up some of the transitions, and they're both really good front foot defenders. Whereas with Marino and Zubamendi, they're both like Zubamendi's obviously a bit slower, but Marino's a bit slower. Sorry, but Zubamendi, what he'll do is his ability to, just get the ball into the left, try and just basically play that ball, release quickly down the left. That's his main thing, and he also comes wide to cross it in a bit. I think if you want a more ball comfortable midfield, you play a Marino and Zubamendi midfield, whereas you want more of a front foot defensive, really get up the pitch and carry the ball, really play balls quickly. Then you play a Norgard and Rice midfield.
You said Dalman's going on vacation.
Yeah.
Does he play the Premier League? Does he play?
He
in the
can't,
cup?
right?
He can.
He's 16, I swear. He's got to wait
No.
until he's
So
16.
if you're turning 16 in that season, you can play, but you can't if you're going to be 15 that season.
I can already see it. Dalman is going to be the new Ethan. Play him every single week.
Yeah. But we saw it today, though. Even when Ethan started, like, sorry to say, but you're not ready yet. Even Ethan's not ready, I don't think. Like, I just feel like you need to give these players time. They're young, man. Don't need to rush them into the squad.
Not at all.
And you know what it is? I feel like if we were like in the space where Tottenham, Man United, where they're trying to build a squad, these are the times when, remember, Saka come into the squad when we were doing bad. So you could take these kind of risks. Do you get what I'm saying?
I remember Saka was 17. These guys are 15, 16, 17.
Also, what I've also heard from the background, right, and this is like from the entourage and people who are quite connected again, is the entourage have actually asked him how many minutes is he going to get, not in a sense of they want him to play more, they actually want his minutes managed, because what they don't want to have is a situation that he gets burnt out, because they feel like even the season that he played, they feel it might be a hampering to his development because of the minutes that he's getting to play. They want to kind of say, like, look, we want to manage the situation.
We want a long
we don't want
career.
to overplay. We don't want to overlead, like, kind of, bring him into like harsh, like, because they don't want to put that miles on his legs, basically. And they're also asking for it to be managed properly and like to look at it and go, okay, because what people also need to remember, right, when he started 3 consecutive games where he got more than about 60 minutes, he actually picked up a knock straight away. So people need to understand that firstly, they're growing. Secondly, the bodies change at a dramatic rate, which is one of the reasons why ESR had this dramatic injury that kept him out for a season. And then obviously his development hampered and all of that sort of stuff as well. So people need to understand, like, they're not just young. And yes, there are, I always say there's exceptions to the rules, like your Miles come out, your Messi's might come out. I know even Messi
Tottenham won ESR, by the way.
What's that for?
Tottenham won ESR.
That's interesting.
I don't think he goes just for the pure. He loves Arsenal too much. He ain't going.
His family's Tottenham fans, right?
Nah, he won't go.
He loves us. Hey, quick question for the panel though. Do you reckon now that kind of Dalman's here and the whole thing's going to be Dalman, do you think like that takes the light off Ethan and you will see like Ethan play like better this season?
Because they'll be like, oh, Odegaard, shit, we need to play Ethan. It'll always be like...
Never think that there will be a good thing that comes out of this fan base. Never. Never.
But don't you think that kind of takes the pressure off Ethan now? Now that
I was just on the ground, and I just saw AFT shout doing "We hate Tottenham" chants for 30 minutes. That no one gives a shit. It's just gonna be the same shit. Like the minute Ethan does badly or messes up a game, it'll be where's Max? If Ethan does well, it'll be like, oh, we should start him with Odegaard. There's no winning.
Yeah, there's always a narrative. There's always
never gonna be. You know what I mean? Like I used to.
Well, there's already people starting with Gyökeres. Some guy said today he was at the game and he's like chatting shit about him already. Like I swear, some people do it for attention.
You know what it's for?
You know what I think it is, fellas? Yeah, I just think it's just cool to hate on your own club now, man. I think it's like people. A lot of people.
It's not even cool, man. It's how you.
It gets the clicks, innit?
Yeah,
I know you're not saying it's cool.
Like they think that it's cool by like it's a trendy thing, innit?
It gets attention.
It gets attention. Let's go against our club. Let's get the clickbaits. Let's get the likes. Like that's what's gonna get.
Because negativity is engaging.
It's more negative. You're always gonna get more light on negative than you do on positive, innit?
Because negativity breeds passion and protection, and like you can see that be entertaining, it can be humorous, it can be
you
different.
can be critical. You don't have to be like everything's shit and it's over. The season's over before it started.
This is what I said to someone. I said this to someone on the train on the way home. Actually, if you're up, watch who's around you that actually wants to support you. When you're down, everyone wants to help. When you're up, no one wants to hear you. No one wants to talk. Everyone wants a handout. They want something from you. They don't want to help. They don't want to be in part of it. They want things from you.
Yeah,
when we were down, it was 2019, 2020, when we were doing Spaces, when Spaces came out, and we were talking about, people were saying Leicester had a better project than us. And we had people saying, have Leicester kicked us out of the top 6? Everyone wanted to be like, oh, it's crazy.
You can talk about last season. Newcastle apparently are better than us.
No, but this is the thing, right? It's easy, because the thing is, when we talk about how the internet came into football fandom, the one that started it was AFTV. And because they were first, they got to a point where they were dominating the whole clip complex, the clips, the notoriety, the rants, all this bullshit. They dominated that, and because of that, it's meant that for years, Arsenal fans have been looked at as some sort of like, oh, you can't take it, you're just giving it, you can't take it. Look at this, look at that, because this is how we as a fan base evolved from those days. So when you talk about negativity and how negativity affects, it's because of the history of what's happened in the past 10, 15 years. And that's how it's...
What I don't understand is there's people who genuinely just think doesn't matter what we do, the manager is the problem, to the point where they would say we could have the best,
because they don't care about the actual system. They care about the club, and they will love the club, and I completely understand that. And I'll never say to anyone, you're not a fan. You can be a fan, wear the shirt, do whatever you want. No one gives a shit. But at the end of the day, some people make it about them rather than what they actually think. What they actually think doesn't really matter. I've spoken to Lee for 3 hours off stream after a terrace stream, and we had a long talk. He's actually a decent dude. I don't mind him at all, but the way he acts behind the scenes and the vim he has on the screen is just not the same. It's just not. And he does keep his opinions consistent, but the way he gets at people is not the same on screen, because it sells more on screen. And that's not a diss. That's just how everyone is. I don't think any of us are the same off screen that we are on screen. But
I definitely am.
I am.
No. Ty from AFTV definitely is.
I'm definitely the same.
But you get what I mean? Like everyone has that elevated sort of animation when you're in front of a camera.
Yeah,
you know
I'm not passionately ranting.
I feel like guys take
my mates.
Arsenal panelists are given, the honest truth, we're treated like Spurs right now from rival fans.
But the thing
like
is,
Chelsea.
I don't think it matters.
No, but from the aspect of when it comes to discussions, it's almost like we're disregarded because we haven't been able to win the last 3 years.
No. But you guys,
I just had to have that conversation with someone.
It's because of how we react to that Discord.
I was just about to say the exact same, bro.
We don't like Spurs. It's the same way. Like if you go and say to a United fan, right, or you're just like let's say City was in their sort of shit period, and you go and say to a United fan, oh, you're just like City, they're gonna react the same way, because it's that rivalry, it's the hatred, it's all of that. Like we don't want to be compared to Spurs, right? So we react in a negative way. Now, if we reacted in a more rational and objective way, they just won't bring it up. And that's the reality of it. We give the band, we become the part of the banter. That's the problem.
And I was just about to say, basically, where we're like the big, when you're looking on like YouTube fan base, Arsenal are the biggest, isn't it? So everyone knows if you get at Arsenal, you know you're gonna get enough haters to get good publicity, bad publicity. It's all good, isn't it? You know how it goes. So they know, if I bring up Arsenal, I'm gonna get a certain traction through this video. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where it stems from, because people are, let's have it right. Everyone's in it for a bit of buck. Yeah, everyone wants to try and make something of themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you know, okay, if I talk bad about my own team, I'm then getting people that like me because they think the same way. But then I'm getting the rival fans looking at me as well because you're against your own club. So do you get what I mean?
You know what? Let's bring it back though.
Yeah.
do we have a so-called mentality issue, or is it just we have systemic issues that people are conflating with a mentality issue?
I don't think it's one thing. I don't think it's one thing. Like, let's just take the last 3 years, the last 3 seconds, right? We look at 2023, Sporting home, Saliba, Tomiyasu goes down. We change the system too late. We play holding against City. We play holding in that 3-3. We don't play Partey right back. We don't play White centre back. We don't change quickly enough to adapt to the Saliba and Tomiyasu injury. That's a coaching thing. That's a mentality thing. That's a personnel thing. We didn't have the appropriate ways to get around the scenario we were at. Obviously, it's a very tough scenario. You've got 2 defenders that can both play the same position out at the same time, right? Look at 23-24. We struggled in that winter period in terms of the Fulham away and the West Ham at home, and we had this issue with the mid blocks that we were struggling to break down, and we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And then the Dubai trip happened, then everything changed around, and we went on that massive run, which I still think is the best we've seen from Arteta. That second half of 23-24, I think, is the best football we've played under this manager. But again, it's not adapting quick enough. It's not having personnel that can break down specific issues, and it's an inability to adapt to adversity. 3 things. And then we look at this past season, and this past season we've had injuries throughout, and we couldn't adapt to those injuries. And then obviously everyone could talk about the red cards and this and that. We didn't get what someone in January. But for me, it's 3 issues: lack of adaptability, we've addressed the other one. We've got now everyone now has a backup. Every position has a backup. No one position doesn't have a backup.
I still think that's an issue, though. Sorry to.
That is an issue. I still think that's an issue. I think in terms of quality in specific areas.
Yeah,
quality in specific areas, and that's I think the last one. I think those are the 3 things that are holding us back, because everyone wants to jump on this. Oh, it's Arsenal. It's a mentality thing.
It's not.
People don't want to look at things in terms of what actually happened, what things went wrong, and how
people don't care about that, though.
They don't care about that because it's fun.
Arsenal finished second, and then you lot finished second again. Ha ha ha. That's it.
The thing is, panic and rants is what people want to see. And the reality is, it's a preseason game. No need to panic. Our starters didn't start. We spoke about it. The left wing needs to be addressed. We need to see Gyökeres get adapted. We need to see Arteta have more creativity from the middle. And Zubimendi, Odegaard, Rice being in the midfield is going to make a big difference compared to Ethan, Norgard, and Moreno. It's just common sense. So at this point, there's no need for the wide panic. But if we go into our next preseason game and I don't see a more complete team and like a serious 11, I'm going to look at Arteta. I'm going to say, you're not using these games to its best of its ability to create the partnerships that we need to make and the teamwork that we need to create.
The main thing that I am annoyed with this preseason is the focus of the preseason. The focus of the preseason is integration. That has been the focus of the preseason. Integrating specific players into specific roles. That has been the role. No one's given a shit about the results. No one's given a shit about how we play. Also, maybe a little bit that we've also tried to try different systems and try different ways of playing. But those are the 2 main points of this season. It's not been about gelling the actual first team together. And that's where I think I'm frustrated.
Quick question.
I think he rates the first team highly. But he hasn't even attempted.
Yeah, but you need to play them. You need to play them together.
The only first team,
fit though, isn't it?
The only first team new signing that he really worked hard to integrate to me is Norgard. Everybody else kind of has just been like thrown in.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I think that the focus on trying to, when you have such a difficult start to the season in terms of United, City, and Liverpool in your first 5 games, you should be focusing on making sure that you're ready for City, Liverpool, and United. That's why I'm frustrated. I don't think the results mean fuck all to me. I don't give a shit about the results. Like, that's not the point. The point is to really make sure that you actually have a team that's ready to go match day 1.
All right, we're going to wrap it up soon. But SB, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just going to say, like, I kind of agree with what everyone's saying here. But, like, again, like we just gotta have some balance, man. I feel like obviously I'm a little slightly frustrated in what Curran's saying in a sense where I would like to see, like, you know, especially like maybe the game's not so much before, but definitely this game and the next game, I would have liked to see what we would have thought that would be our strongest 11 going into that United game, just to kind of see, like, first game of the Emirates, kind of give the fans an insight of what the season may look like going forward, and giving the boys a chance to actually play together as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like he's saying, we all know we got a hard run. The first 6 games, like, are difficult. Like, starting your season at Man United away, as much as we feel like they're rubbish, is still a hard place to go to, innit? So, like, I would have liked to see the team play a bit more. My thing is just, like, I've seen the team and we just seem a little bit flat. Like, I just want us to take the shackles off a little bit, not be so much rigid, and, like, you know, just express yourself a little bit more. And I feel like that's all I want to see a little bit more from the team this season, is not to be so rigid in what we do. I feel like we need to be a little bit more fluid in what we do and how we play, because I feel like we're almost become so much used to having control. We're becoming too predictable to play against.
ODKK says, it is a long season. You will not have everyone available every game. It's not what?
It's not an excuse that it wasn't the strongest team. No, of course it's not an excuse. I think this word excuse has also been taken very much like it's just like it's a way of, it's just anything you say excuse. Oh no, you've given perfectly valid reason. No, you're just excusing it. I'm angry. Everyone's angry. Like, we shouldn't be losing these games. Like, we shouldn't be performing like this.
I just want to see better performances, because especially at home in front of the home crowd, this is where we should be slapping 5 past a team.
Yeah. And
but we also have to respect the opposition, though, Miguel, as well.
Yeah.
They hit us. They hit us in the counter a couple times.
They were good. Like, no one's just gonna come and like roll over, and we can just like roll over. Like, we're Arsenal. Everyone wants to beat Arsenal. Like, as much as we feel like we're not a scout, we are a scout. We're a good side. Like, everybody knows that we're a good team. So
we're Champions League semi-finalists.
Yeah, it's like everyone's gonna raise their game. Everyone's gonna raise their game when they come and play against you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so people are playing
ready for that.
People are playing like to get in a shop window. Like, people are like, do you know what I'm saying? This is a good club that people want to be at. So we have to understand that people are gonna raise their game. So we got no right to just turn up because we're Arsenal and win. Everyone's gonna play good against us. Do you get what I mean? So we have to be at it a little bit more.
Fair. Couch, what are you saying before we go?
Yeah, quick question though. Do you is anyone worried about the left back? Skelly?
Yes, me. I am.
We should get another one.
But I've been seeing
playing too much
them
minutes.
goals have all been coming down that right hand side when it's on the break.
We spoke about this earlier.
Oh,
it's not really down to Skelly alone. It's down to the left centre back and how they're
Chibio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yo, we're gonna have to wrap it up. Soul's gotta go. I gotta go to sleep too. I need to get you two on another show, guys. Hopefully, SB and
when you're ready, man. When you're ready, bro.
You already know what it is. Thank you for joining. Curran, Souls, big up, and everyone in the comment section. Also, Rich, big up to Rich for joining us at the beginning of the video to talk about Eze. We all know we want to get Eze, and hopefully the window's not over. And we'll catch you guys in the next video tomorrow. I'm going to be doing 2 videos, so keep an eye out for them. And yeah, we're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love. Peace. Done.